Oh, wait, is that the countdown already? Mike's not on. I don't have any sound. Hello. All right, guys. All right, hold on a second. Welcome back to the Unrestrained podcast, guys. I think my sound's a little weird, but it's okay. I always say that. There's also a little bit of I don't know if you guys hear like a humming, but anyhow, all right, guys. It looks like we're going live here on the Lexit platforms. So this will be the last time that we will be streaming on the Lexit platforms. So we're gonna wait for everybody to gather around, and I would tell Alfred to say hi to the people, but he is not in his position here.
I'm ready. Let's do this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unrestrained podcast, man. And like Isaac was mentioning, we're so delighted. We want to thank the Lexit Movement platform for just allowing us to come in here every week. I mean, we've been at the Lexit Movement platform for approximately 9 months. So to us, this is a bittersweet because you know, as much as they want to keep us here, it's unfortunately we have to move on, right? We have to move on. And like Isaac said last week, nothing personal. It's just I think it's best that we carry on. And so now we have all our new direct Rumble. So now you can visit us on Unrestrained Podcast at the Rumble. Also, you can we're on YouTube. You can find us on Unrestrained Podcast on YouTube, and we're going to be posting up all our social media. So, man, we're excited because there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, guys. So we got Abe who's helping us out today.
Ones and twos.
Yeah, he's on the ones and twos. But yeah, guys. So make sure you go to our the YouTube and then Rumble. I would probably say for sure you want to get on YouTube. That's probably we're going to be pretty consistent there. So next week I won't be here, but if Alfred ends up streaming, it'll be on our new platform. So we won't be here anymore, guys. So yeah, so make sure you go out and do that. Do we got some people coming in yet?
Yeah, man. We got like 30 something. It's growing.
All right, let me see here.
It's growing.
Just kind of buying some time to see. Do we have? So what do we got up there? We got the Facebook, and that's YouTube and X on that that one right there, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, anyhow, we'll get going here, guys. I'm gonna try to remain calm, guys. So we're gonna talk today. We're gonna talk about what's going on with these Mexican. I don't know. Are they Mexican? We don't know. These
Chicanos, they got flags.
Chicanos, whatever they are, these American haters out there. We're going to talk about Doge doing their job. The USAID, which is, I'm sure you guys have heard. Looks like we're finding out some pretty crazy stuff, guys, as to where our money's going. And Correct. It's extremely upsetting. So, and then also the FBI, man, these guys, they don't want to do their job. So we're getting rid of these people. And yeah, and we're shrinking government, guys. The Trump administration is working at a fast pace, right? But I'm sure, guys, I'm gonna try to be calm. I'm sure you guys have seen the video footages of the people out there protesting against ICE. What are you even protesting against? But we'll put up this video here, guys. Let me know if you're ready, Abe. We got the first video here. We got it queued up, guys. We're going to play this video. This really pisses me off. We'll play the video, and then we will go ahead and comment on this. But this is extremely upsetting and embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's play this video of these idiots out there burning the American flag. Go for it, man. Hit play. So, yeah, guys, I don't understand. I mean, there's still this little I don't know what you hear it. Oh, is it you hear it?
Yeah, I kind of do. I think it's this microphone right here. They're trying to get.
Is it yours or mine?
No, it's this one right here. It's just the wire is hitting ground somewhere. We'll get that situated right away.
Okay. Anyhow, guys, why in the heck are you here in America? You're burning the flag of the United States. What makes you any different? What makes you any different than the terrorist? They do the same thing. Everybody who hates America, our enemies, do the same thing. They put the American flag on the floor and they burn it, right? And so we have these people out there waving Mexican flags. I think there were some Venezuela flags, whatever, foreign flags, and they take the United States flag and they burn it. And supposedly, because of what, guys? I mean, if you're so proud of your own country, so let's just take the Mexicans. There's so many Mexican flags out there. Why are you still here? Why are you here? If you love Mexico, why are you living in America? You clearly hate America. You're burning the American flag. So you can get a free ride with ICE. ICE will do you the favor of taking you back. I don't understand. If anything, you would think these people would love ICE because ICE will give them a free ride home. Right, Alfred? You don't even need to book your flight back. You don't need to schedule anything. You're good to go, guys. ICE will take you back. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. And it's embarrassing how ignorant these people are. Go ahead, Alfred, because I got more to say, and I'll hijack this conversation.
Well, you know, the thing is this, man. We came back in the 80s and 90s, and I think for the most part, we had, you know, we were always told that migras were bad, right? La migra, okay, la migra. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you know, you're already here in the United States, and number one is, since you are here in somebody else's nation, you already understand that you came to the United States illegally. You broke a law. so all anything that the migra or ICE is doing, right, is just following the law. So two wrongs don't make a right, as everybody says. So when you have people like this going out there burning the U.S. flag, that's a disrespect to this country. And that's a disrespect to me, because as an immigrant, right, I'm going to say, although I am Mexican, and I'm still like, oh, so what do you mean? Are you're switching your Mexican flag for the U.S. flag? Of course, because at the end of the day, listen to me. At the end of the day, I am not from Mexico. Although I came from Mexico at an early age, just like some of you did, you know, my nationality is with me. My heritage is with me. But my Mexican flag, the flag to me, is just a flag. But at the end of the day, it's so disrespectful to me that we have people of Mexican descent that are doing a dishonest to the American flag. That's somebody's flag.
Yep.
You know, what about the servicemen? What about all these, you know, the army that are out there fighting? You know, they truly believe that the flag should be respected. It reminds me, man, at the BLM riots, when we were having these people burning the flag. The same thing has happened with the Free Palestine movement as well. These people burning the flags. So at the end of the day, I'm just thinking that our people are easily manipulated and gullible to be able to, you know, put themselves out there to make these kinds of atrocity with ignorance at the end of the day.
Yeah. Thanks, Alfred, for watching from Oregon. Looks like Marge Alfred watching from Florida. Yeah, guys, just a reminder, this is our last time streaming on this platform. So you'll want to go to our YouTube or Rumble and subscribe. We'll be streaming on those our pages moving forward starting next week. But yeah, guys, you know, and then you have the next clip here, Abe. I don't know if you got this up. You know, these guys are out. Like, what's the point, guys? So they're out on the freeway, guys. This is the 101 freeway. If you're not from California, guys, traffic is bad enough. Okay, we don't need this. People are trying to go to work and trying to go about their business. Okay, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with. Look at this clip, guys. This is how ridiculous these people are. Yep. It'll just stay on a loop. You get an idea of the crowd. This is a pretty major interstate or not. It's not an interstate. Is it? No, the 101 is not. It is interstate. Yeah, it is an interstate freeway, but it's the freeway. And again, I don't know if you guys caught. There's a sign that says "We are not criminals," right? Well, again, I don't know what everybody's immigration status is on that crowd. Okay. Well, first of all, right now you are committing a crime because you're illegally blocking the flow of traffic. So you've made yourself a criminal right there. Okay. So you're now a criminal. You're committing a crime as we speak in that video. Okay. It's being recorded. You are in the actual process, caught red-handed, if you will, right? Breaking a crime, holding a sign saying you're not a criminal, right? It's no different than like I'm stealing something and I have the stolen item in my hand and I'm already walked out with it and I got a sign saying I'm not a criminal. Literally, you're in the process of stealing something. It's ridiculous. Now, again, now the people that are the crowd that are here illegally, like undocumented, as if you forgot your paperwork at home or something. Undocumented immigrant, as if they're undocumented, like they just forgot the documents at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. No, you are here illegally. That is already a crime. So yes, you are a criminal. It is what it is. Why can't we be honest? See, why does somebody have to, because I am of Mexican descent, right? I am a Latino. My family is from Mexico. It does not make me a hypocrite, guys. It does not make me a hypocrite. It does not make me a traitor. It makes me a genuinely honest person to say this is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely wrong.
But the humanity, they're going to say. They're going to tell you, but bro, just like
what's the problem? No, we're not exterminating anybody, Alfred. Like, what humanity? What are we talking about? What is inhumane about somebody being deported back to their homeland, to the lands whose flags they're actually carrying around?
But bro, what other immigrants are going to say, other legal immigrants that have been infected by the progressive virus are going to tell you, but you were once an immigrant. So why are you dogging down on other immigrants? You know what I mean? You were once an immigrant. So why should we be the ones to make a judge, to be the judge of who comes in and out?
Why should we? Because this is our home. This is our country, and we decide who comes in and out. Right? Mexico does the same thing. So again, and see, this is the problem with the people fall for the trickery and the bamboozleness, right? Like, why can't these people discern the difference between illegal immigrants and immigrants? Being against illegal immigrants does not mean you're against immigration, right? I was having this conversation with my sisters this weekend because the other thing is you hear this, well, what are we going to do, guys? Well, yeah, watch what happens. Like the Mexicans get all proud, right? Yeah, watch what happens then when they get rid of us, right? Yeah, and who's going to speak to strawberry? Who's going to wash the cars? And who's going to work the hotels? And who's going to work construction? And who's going to work the strawberry fields and pick the fruits? The Mexicans are the ones that are here legally with work visas. The same that they are. Like, that's what's so stupid and ignorant about the whole thing. As if we don't have a legal process that allows Mexican people to come here and work in a work visa. Yeah. Okay. So yes, guys, a day without illegal immigrants will have no impact on our life. Okay, we can get rid of every single illegal immigrant and replace them with legal immigrants from Mexico. Okay, like do we understand that? It's that simple, that we can get rid of every farm worker you see out there in Bakersfield. You just drive down the 5 or go down by Santa Maria, and let's just assume that every single one of them are here illegally and they all get deported. Guys, that quickly we can ship right back in a bunch of legal immigrant from Mexico with work visas to do the same job.
the problem, I mean, the whole thing, man, I mean, you're onto something, and I agree with you 100%. The hardest thing to understand is that the reason why some of the legal immigrants left certain works is because they saw that they were being taken advantage of. Corporations, right? Other people said, well, I'm gonna do this, right? And they said, I'm not doing that. I've talked to so many people that are currently in the workforce that have their own businesses that are working here legally now. Some of them have cleaning services. Some of them have gardening services.
Right.
Some of them are doing their own work now. And they all come to the same conclusion and said, look, this is hindering. It's hindering us. It's hindering how we manage our own work. Think about it. You're a construction manager, right? You're a business owner. You want to go out there and do a proper estimate to a potential client. Well, guess what? Right behind you, you got like 30 of them lowballing you. And this is, and they're going for peanuts. And so I'm hearing this from a lot of people that are here legally, working legally, trying to make it. And they're saying, bro, it hurts us. It hurts us that, there's so much to do here, but at the same time, it's hindering us when we're trying to make it. And we have certain people that are doing it for pocket change.
Yep.
And so, and the funny thing about this whole thing is some of you are out there who've seen this. You fall for it. You go for the low ball offer, right? You go and get the person that's cheaper, and then you end up paying more because the person that you got, unfortunately, does not have the experience to do it right. And now you're paying double to do the work. I see this all the time.
Yeah. Actually, Alfred, I think
I went on a tangent.
You forgot. No, you're good. You forgot to put one of the links up there because one of the ones I sent was a restaurant owner.
Oh God.
Owner that one of his workers. I don't know if you guys have that somewhere, but
go ahead into the Outlook and then type in on one of the type in Gmail and then you'll see my
account.
Account.
he was arrested for sex crime. So the guy didn't know that the guy he hired for the job was a sex offender, right? So, just beating the dead horse here, guys.
Change a user right there.
Is yeah, sorry, yeah. Hold on, what do we got going on? Oh, we're trying to pull it. It's okay if we don't have it. It's fine. But yeah, that's just the story. I wanted to show the story, but it sounds like ICE arrested a guy and he worked for a restaurant. He was an illegal immigrant. And it turns out he was a sex offender, and the owner of the restaurant is just shocked, right? So
right.
These are the people we're trying to get out of here, guys. And why would we not advocate? I mean, if you love your people, why would you want our people to be here illegally, living in fear, not able to take advantage of all benefits that might be afforded to them if they were here in some sort of legal status? I mean, like I was watching this show. It was like a reality show months ago. Mm-hmm. And it was like this show where this guy goes, he's there. I think he's like in Louisiana and he takes those boats, those swamp boats, mm-hmm. and they go, picking up, crawfishing. Yeah. Right. Yeah. He goes crawfishing and there was a guy from Mexico who comes to help him here. He gives him a work visa. Mm-hmm. The guy comes here for a few months, works for him, mm-hmm. okay? And the guy makes money. He goes back home to his family, and he makes enough in those months to go back home and live very well. He has a home. He's good to go. Guys, I mean, we all have family that's here, right? Mm-hmm. It's here illegally. All of us have a cousin, somebody, right, that we're mm-hmm. related to, or a friend that's here illegally. And because they're here illegally, they have not been able to go home and see their family. Right?
100%.
They haven't been able to see their parents, whoever is back there, right? So they're here. It's all great. They don't like it here. Well, a lot of them, mm-hmm. they don't like it here. They're here because there's work here and they're sending money. But they would love to be able to work and go back home, right? Instead, I mean, if you take California, for example, right? The guys that are working out here in Bakersfield, in the fields in Central California, they're having to come out here illegally, mm-hmm. stuck over here working, okay? have a high cost of living because they're living in California, paying $4 a gallon to get around, right? I mean, how far do you think their money goes, right? Now imagine if things were done properly. They come here in a work visa. Because they're in a work visa. They come here for the season, right? They pick whatever. Let's say it's strawberry season. You get your little strawberries. You're here and you're paying temporary because you're only here for whatever the season is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
you don't have to buy a home.
Months.
You don't have to have a long-term rent, right? You could probably just come out here, rent a room because you're only going to be here to work. And as soon as you're done, you take your dollars and you go back home and you're living pretty good, pretty large back in Mexico. What a sweet deal. I would do that all day long.
I have family that does that. They're here legally. Right. They're taking advantage of that. We have companies that are doing that. They actually submit the documents and doing it. So see, that's one of the things that really upsets me as an immigrant, because I see these people, these knuckleheads going out there and doing this stuff. Why not help them? Why not help them with their immigration paper? Help them. Oh, well, you know, I don't know how to do it. Bro, figure it out. There's people out there that are willing to help. To, at least help. How about those immigrants that have been for 15 years with the residence card, the green card, and they can't really commit to become citizens after 20 years? Yeah. Why don't we get those people citizens? Why don't you help those people out? See, but the thing is this, man. Man, I don't want to jump ahead of what you're talking about, but the reality here, there's just a dark, follow the money, and it always leads you to the actual problem. Why these things are happening.
Yeah. Let me go to the stress. Somebody had mentioned, let me scroll up a little bit on this. Go up. I said it needs to get, okay. So Marge, I wanted to respond to that. So I was saying, Marge Alford, I was saying Trump needs to get a truck / water tank and wash the rioters. Flag burning rioters down on the streets. Excuse me. You know what the problem is, guys? That they want the clips of tear gas being poured.
Yep.
Like as much as I would love to see like ICE just swarm and like just all of a sudden, thanks for gathering together, guys, and starting to just figure out who's not there legally and just like taking them back just because it would just be hilarious, right? I just think it would be hilarious. That's not a human. Some people might say, "Oh, that's so insensitive." Guys, these people are out there doing stupid things. Okay, it's hard for me to be sensitive when you're burning the American flag and you're blocking traffic. These people are not just out there sitting on the sidewalk, just protesting like normal people, right? No, they got to block streets and do all kinds of stupid stuff. They're out there doing donuts and street takeovers and all this kind. Like, what does that have to do? How does that contribute to your cause? It makes no sense, right? So, yeah, guys, I don't think I want that. What I rather do, but the better strategy, I would say, is to do what they did to the J6ers, right? Right? Like they hunted them down, right? Like J6 took place. They rioted, whatever you want to call it. They go in, they all go home, and guess what? Next thing you know, you have FBI agents knocking doors down, knocking out your door, hauling your butt out of your house, right? And locking them up. Okay, I'd rather play that strategy. We have all the videos of all these people. Okay, so how about we play the same plan that the FBI or the government did with the J6ers? I'd rather that happen. That would be pretty sweet. All these people go home. They think everything's cool. It was a great time being out there at the 101. Ha, ha, ha. Texting such and such, right? And then guess what? All of a sudden now, you got ICE knocking out your door, taking you out, snatching them, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? Let's see if you still go out there. Let's see if you still go out there and burn American flags down and block highways.
Yeah. Or even that, the city itself, send you a bill for having all these police officers out there working, right? Because they must have had approximately 300 officers. They had to get some people on call to come in and support this.
Yeah.
That's costing the city a lot of money. So, Let's gather up who's taking all these people out there, right? Because
Yeah.
I know that there's companies out there, NGOs, and we'll get to it.
Yep.
And just say, hey, since you're a nonprofit and you're exempt from the Fed, you're exempt from taxes, you're not exempt from receiving a bill for $300,000 for our police officers going out there supporting, and you not having the actual permits to do these kinds of things because you were blocking the public pathway.
Yeah.
That's already a ticket, a violation, right? And you start naming in all these things. You did not have to think about it. Unions do this all the time. When you have unions that are picketing, they always call the city and they say, hey, we need a permit because we're going to have approximately 150 people out there. We're going to have our own people with vests, right? They have their own security. Everything is done, the right way, right? Yeah. But right here, we're not seeing that. We're seeing these NGOs we're seeing this, like Isaac said, these people are just being thrown out there to the wolves for the like you mentioned, for the cameras, for the views.
Yeah. So Alfred is alluding to, I guess this segue as to the next thing is we don't know this for sure. So,
can't confirm or deny, but we'll let you guys, we'll let you guys decide.
We don't know. We really don't. We don't know. I don't know. Right. I don't know how these things get organized, but I can kind of think, right? Is it a coincidence that this is happening at every major city? I mean, do you guys really believe that it just happened that everybody woke up and decided, hey, this would be a great weekend to go out there and protest, and they just happened to assemble, and it's just like, I don't know. I showed up and it's like, hey, Alfred, you had the same idea I did. What are you doing out here? Hey, I was thinking about the same, So all of this stuff is obviously, guys, there's got to be stuff behind the scenes that's organizing all of this stuff, right? So there's people that organize it somehow, some way. The message goes out, and all of this costs money. And so we know now that Doge is out there digging around. Elon's out there, man, and these federal employees are freaking out, right? And this is what's going to make a difference, guys. If even though we probably won't get the satisfaction of seeing Trump send some tanks out there and hosing everybody down and locking people up, but I expect that we'll play this video, but we're finding out that our taxpayer dollars are going to funding these NGOs, right? Mm-hmm. And these NGOs are funneling money into these programs. One of them, many crazy stuff. We've already heard about condoms being sent to Al Qaeda, right? I think it was like 500
to Gaza.
No, yeah, well, to Gaza, but also
Gaza, right? Oh, and buying sushi too.
Yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff, but also money going into these nonprofits that they funnel money and launder it straight back to the Democratic Party, and they also use this to fund these type of things, right? Mm-hmm. These type of operations that are being perpetrated in the American people. So, you have that clip up, Abe? Yeah. So check this out, guys. This pisses me off. Here's a video. This is where our money's going to, right? This is taxpayer dollars. We are funding the training of educating criminals on how to lie, right? And avoid getting deported. This is the bottom line, guys. For those Catholics that talk about like, oh, what, or Christians that are like, oh, but the Bible says that we're supposed to be, kind of people. And Jesus was an immigrant too. That's a dumb one. Like, yes, he wasn't an illegal immigrant. Show me in the Bible where Trump was an illegal immigrant. That's one of the dumbest ones.
Jesus.
Jesus wasn't. Yeah. Jesus was an immigrant. Yes, he was, guys. Again, like we go back. There's a difference between immigrants and illegal immigrants. Mm-hmm. Okay, we are advocating for legal immigrants. We want our people to be able to come here legally for the things we just explained, right? But let's play this video, guys. This is what our money's going to.
Trump 2.0 is a different beast than Trump 1.0, but people know their rights now more than ever, and we will build towns and cities. We will build fortresses of resistance. So I'm going to paint the scene. Karine is in her home. She doesn't have a keyhole, but she does have a window. The door does have a lock, and there is nobody in the home that has a deportation order. So, con eso,
Tac, tac, ¿no? Sí. Tac, tac. ¿Pueden abrir la puerta? ¿Pueden abrir la puerta? Andamos buscando una persona con nombre de Juana.
¿Juana qué?
Juana Gutiérrez.
No, acá no vive ninguna Juana Gutiérrez.
Por favor, ¿puedes abrir la puerta?
¿Tiene una orden?
Juana Gutiérrez, estamos buscando a Juana Gutiérrez.
Aquí no vive ninguna Juana Gutiérrez.
Muchísimas gracias a nuestros voluntarios. There will never be enough lawyers in this movement to keep us safe. And so it is incredibly important that we remember that these trainings are like muscle memory. The same way children do fire drills and now they walk out of the school and they're texting, they're not even thinking. That's the sort of muscle memory we want to build here.
All right. So,
Trump 2.
so she talked about fortresses of resistance. They're building fortresses of resistance with our own taxpayer dollars. Our own taxpayer dollars, guys. Fortresses of resistance. Okay. And then she goes on to say that there was another point that I wanted to make, but I forgot it now. But this is extremely upsetting, guys. Extremely upsetting because because we think, look at your pay stubs, guys. Look at the money they take out from our paycheck, guys. We are paying for our own demise, right? It's our own demise. It's extremely fair. Sorry, Alfred. I
No, it's a hunt, man. What I'm seeing this is that these NGOs, not only do they have these kinds of workshops, right? We're calling them workshops, but they also have PDFs. You know, they have all this information that it's being translated into Spanish, right? So they're pretty much telling them like how to properly prepared, you know, in case this happens. At the end of the day, you know, the United States has to follow its own law. So whenever they're saying that Trump 2.0 and this is a completely different beast, right?
Oh, sorry, Alfred. They're putting that they couldn't see it.
Oh, no. It was during the time that he was putting on it. Had
oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No. You know, he got it. And so when they're doing this, now you have these NGOs that are going out there and talking to these people. But at the end of the day, why don't the NGOs just tell them the truth? Why create all this funding? I mean, this is all taxpayer money funded. Why not just tell them the truth? Hey, listen, you've breaking the law, right? There is a law that, unfortunately, you know, if you do get caught, you will comply at the end of the day.
How about this, Alfred? How about money just like what's going on now? Thank God the money's get cut. That woman will probably not have a job. Thank God. Okay. She's gone because they're cutting. Elon and Doge uncovered this. And so there's freezes going on and all this cash that's going out. Excuse me. So thank you that Elon is out there doing his job and this person will not have a job. But can you pull it back up, Abe, so we can show that same where you had the video? You can share the PDF. The PDF little flyers. Okay. I think So if you get out of the video,
you minimize it. There you go.
Go to the article and then go ahead and share the on the screen.
That one.
Was it that?
Yep,
one?
that one right there.
Okay.
Then you just scroll up and scroll down and you'll see the PDFs.
So we can look at here and it says you could see the little these little pamphlets. Are you guys there?
Oh no, he's not post it up. Put it up on go to StreamYard and then just share it because I don't think you're sharing it. There you go. Share it. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
All
now
right.
they can see it. Okay. So now you can see, look at these pamphlets. Wonderfully made, right? It gives them these. If ICE comes to your home, this is what you got to do. Right? So it gives you exactly what you got to do.
Let's read that on the bottom. Scroll down up a little bit. So what does this say? Their most recent financial disclosures show 16 million listed in revenue from government grants. All right. The parent organization Make the Road States counts an additional 2 million. Okay. So this is what the amount of money that's going into this stuff, guys. Think about, let's just put this in perspective, guys. Think about the fires we just had in California. Okay. And the fact that this is going to be, I don't know what the last projections were. I've heard numbers from 150 billion to 250 billion in damages. Okay. And we have $16 million, which I know is just a drop in the bucket. But think about how much $16 million can do to help if that money is put into other things that matter.
Correct.
Not creating pamphlets on educating people how to get away with the crime, because it's a crime, guys. Let's get it through your head. It is a crime to cross the border into another country without permission. It's a crime. There's no country except for us that doesn't consider that to be a crime.
250 billion on the fires.
Is that where we're at? 200?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now they're saying 250 billion plus.
Yeah.
Right. It's anyhow. I just go back to the fact that it's already a crime. We need to start educating people and stop this undocumented, reject this undocumented immigrant description as if they just forgot their paperwork somewhere. Like they have documents. They just, they're just undocumented. They just, I don't know, they misplaced them or something. Who knows? Right.
I mean, I just remember at the end of the Biden administration, I remember how they changed the names for you couldn't call anybody an illegal immigrant anymore. You couldn't call certain people certain things there's certain names that they wanted to scrub off, and I think one of them was illegal immigrant. So you couldn't say, you needed to say undocumented.
Yeah.
Person. Remember?
Persons.
Persons. Remember? And it's like, bro, like really? Yeah.
So El Torito's back and he says, yeah, sadly,
what's up, bud?
This funding could help immigration process for their citizens or taxpayers' medical coverage or even monthly mortgages and rents. Yeah, good point. I mean, think about how many out there people that have elderly parents that, they don't, they healthcare. Everybody's always crying about healthcare and not having enough. Well, there you go, guys. This is the problem, right? And thank God, guys, this seems to be getting rectified. Because Trump's out there doing the job.
Day 13, brother.
Yeah,
day 13. So, yeah. I mean, just think about it. In the last 2 days, in the last 3 days, Trump has, the guy practically has carpet tunnel from signing all these executive orders. I mean, think about it. The guy is literally a machine. Anybody, I remember I saw actually on a podcast with Charlie Kirk with Janine Pirro. I don't know if you guys know the judge. She comes out and she says, slow down. You're only at day 13 and you got 4 years to go. I mean, what else are you going to do like in midweek? This guy's a machine. It's a robot. You know what I mean? He goes in the weekend, like many presidents, they go out on the weekend on Friday evening to their home, right? And they come back to the White House on Sunday evening, ready for the next day to work, So the guy's a complete machine, man. And everything that he's doing is just doing it to exactly what the American people have mandated him to do, which is protect the borders, right? And this time he's doing what he's saying he's doing. He's gonna drain the swamp, and that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, good point, Alfred. I'm glad you reminded me, because this is the thing. If you're one of those people that are out there in the streets protesting against ICE, okay, you are in the minority, guys. You are in the minority. It is obviously clear. Trump won the electoral and the majority vote. He told everybody exactly what he was going to do. I knew exactly what he was going to do. This is what I want him to do. He is carrying out the will of the people being the American citizens. Okay. So sorry, guys, you lost. America, the American citizens do not want to have people here illegally. Okay. That does not mean that's not racist. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with having law and order, guys. Perfect. We are a nation of law. The reason our families left other countries was because they did not have a nation of laws. There's corruption. They
Mhm.
wanted somewhere that they can go and flourish, right? Where the government is going to protect their interest. That's why they left to come here. And now you're advocating for lawlessness by saying, "Oh no, guys, we don't like the government coming and enforcing their immigration laws here." Okay? No, this is what you came here for. This is what America's about. If you don't like it, you can go back. Nobody's keeping you here. I don't get it. And I go back to this. You can get work visas, guys. You could get it. How much better would it be? I bet you if you polled every farm worker out there picking strawberries, I guarantee you that the vast majority of them would prefer to be able to come here legally. Let's fix that problem, get a work visa, and be able to go home, go back home. They would be living so much better than to having to live here in California, paying $4 a gallon for gas, right?
Mhm. I mean, they're already paying that. I mean, at home, think about it. At home, they're paying approximately $7 at home at their place. No, in Mexico, they're paying $7.
Oh, well,
at
yeah,
home.
Mexico is expensive. I take it back because Mexico's gas is pretty pricey.
I've gone to, everybody in TJ. I think there was like $3 to $4.
But again, you're not going to have to spend. I mean, I think Bakersfield, I'd have to look again. The average house price is $250,000, maybe $300,000, right? And you're getting a decent sized property. But do you guys think these people can afford a $250,000, $300,000 home? They can't afford that. But they can go to Mexico and build themselves a nice home and come here seasonally. That's what this whole thing was supposed to be. And so this is instead you're being deceived into keeping yourself here and fighting for people to be able to come here illegally where they could be taken advantage of, and then they're stuck here.
100%. I mean, think about it. I hear these stories all the time, man, from immigrants that come here.
Oh, hold on. Crash out.
What's up, Crash out?
Oh, well, honestly, Crash out. What I will respond to that is the American citizens do not want Elon in the United States Treasury. Well, first of all, we all knew that actually everybody, bro, he talked about Doge. We already knew that he was going to have access to the books. Okay. But let's not get it twisted. Elon does not have like power to say, we're cutting this, we're cutting that.
Nope.
All he's doing is identifying the wasteful spending and corruption. That's it. Who does not agree with uncovering? Every politician, whether Democrat or Republican, always says that there's corruption and wasteful spending in government. Nobody denies it, right? So we all agree there's wasteful spending, right? We all agree that there's corruption. We all agree. Nobody denies it, right? That's not even debatable. Okay. Now we have somebody actually doing something about it. All he does is identify it.
That's all
That's all he does. It says, "Oh, look, I found this."
Yeah, and I think Donald Trump has made it clear. He's already said it. And he said, "Hey, listen, some people." I think I was listening to one of the news announcements when he was doing the executive orders, and in one of them he says, "Hey, Mr. President, is it how in depth is Elon Musk and Doge with the Treasury?" And right away he answered listen, Elon Musk was given a task to identify all the pork. I mean, he didn't say the pork, right? But he identified all the unnecessary expenditure from the federal government. Can you guys imagine paying $12 for a key cup?
Yeah. For
a freaking key cup. Us right here, the regular civilians, we're getting upset because we're paying $5 for 6 cups. Well, the federal government is paying $12 for one.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how they're taking advantage of the American people.
Yeah.
And taxes.
Well, so Krasha is asking if I really believe that. So always have a healthy distrust for anybody,
100%.
right? But okay, anybody that you put in a position like that, you have to have some sort of distrust. But we can't just not do anything about it. So first of all, do I believe that he does not have the power? Yes, I believe that because he is not a government official. He has no authority. He's an advisor.
Correct.
Okay.
Contractor.
So if he actually is out there cutting things on his own authority, right? He's walking in and saying, hey, no, we're no longer spending on that money, no more. If he's actually doing that, there's a case against him. He's violating the law. Okay. I am very confident that CNN and MSNBC
Are watching
would be so happy to report that. There are so many whistleblowers and deep state actors embedded in all of these agencies still, which is what we're working on, getting rid of all these crazy people, that they would already gone to CNN, MSNBC and be like, yo, hey, we got Elon coming in here and he's telling us we can't send this money there under his own authority, right? That's not how it works. So I don't know that for sure. I'm not there, right? But we do know that that's already been addressed with Trump, where he said all of that has to be, there's a process. There's certain people that need to approve these things that are already in these positions that actually have the authority to cut or not cut, right? Like I believe Marco Rubio in the State Department, right? He's already talked about some of the money that they've uncovered that's going out to nefarious actors, right? That he's had to cut off, and he has the authority to do that.
You're talking about USAID, right? USAID.
Oh, well, yeah. So yeah, let's go on. USAID. So
the reason why I'm laughing, bro, is because Arturito's off the hook, bro. Arturito say they should contract the Chick-fil-A Chick-fil-A contact the Chick-fil-A peeps to work on the voting systems. Of course.
Well, I look at it like this, okay? Like, what would Elon Musk have to gain by discovering that, hey guys, I just found out we're spending $500 million in condoms going to, like, what does he benefit from that?
Well,
like,
100%. But you know what? Cash Out has a point. I mean, think about it. His mind is like, should we allow somebody that has a particular, think about it. The guy has a billionaire. He's already has his wealth. So first of all, Cash Out, in my opinion, and this is just my humble opinion, brother, you can disagree with me or not, but in my opinion, I don't think, Elon Musk needs any more money. The guy's wealthy. I mean, he's making so much money.
He'll probably be the first trillionaire in the history of humanity.
Is there anybody?
What does he have to
exactly?
So how much more does the guy freaking need?
I mean, does he really want to take on the U.S. and knowing that we have approximately $35 trillion in debt? What is he going to make? What his interest? Is he going to go after the debt of the United States? I mean, is that how he's going to need more wealth?
Well, no. The argument is this, though, Alfred. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, you could make the argument that Elon can because he has SpaceX. He can obviously, for example, cut funding for NASA, right? He can do that because that NASA is his competitor, right? He can cut that and say, okay, that money. He can't because again his order, but he can suggest that and advise that or influence, right, the government to say we're going to cut this NASA funding. And I'm just speculating here, right? Just playing devil's advocate. And then if you find out that he is all of a sudden now there are programs that are being funded that he directly benefits from.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
But until that happens, I'm not worried about it. When that happens, I will definitely be like, yo, that sounds kind of crazy, Alfred. What's up with that? Why is it all of a sudden that this program that provides subsidies to Elon Musk and SpaceX, right? All of a sudden now we're increasing subsidies to electric vehicles, which we already do that, right? If we see stuff like that, yeah, heck yeah. That is a definitely reasonable, like, hey, what's up with that, Trump and Elon? What's going on with this? I'm not digging that. But that's so far from what we've seen, none of this stuff is related to him. And again, all he's doing is opening the books. That's it.
100%.
And saying, look, check that out.
Yep, check it out. And I agree with you, Cash Out. I think Cash Out, he says, what makes you think Elon Musk has Americans' best interest in heart? Well, number one is he's here. He's in the United States making a lot more money than anywhere else. What other country, think about it, what other country would he want to really take on? I mean, do you think he wants to be in Europe? Do you think he wants to be in Australia or in other places where he knows where, where's the where's the money at? He knows this is where the power. He's already rubbing shoulders with some of the biggest millionaires we have, like Amazon, Mark Zuckerberg. Didn't we see them for 4 years? I mean, a couple of weeks ago, didn't we see them at the inauguration, all 5 of them? I mean, the power is already there. I don't think the guy, I mean, yes, of course. And I agree with Isaac. We should always have a healthy distrust on these people. And I agree. But you know what? Trump he's jumping the gun, and he's already said multiple times, Elon has no power to make any decisions over anything that has to do with the government. All he's doing is, here's the books, expose them, and let us judge for ourselves.
Yeah,
so he's already said multiple times.
Yeah, let the people who can actually do something about it decide what they want to do.
Yeah, and in regards to NASA, NASA has decided on its own. Didn't they leave 2 astronauts stranded out there? Didn't you hear a week ago or a week and a half ago where Donald Trump said, Elon, I want these people back, that were left out there, right? At the NASA station, whatever. I want them home. And what did he say? Yes, sir. See, he's the one who's getting promoted because of the incompetence of other organizations, other people that are taking advantage. NASA has taken advantage for many years on taxpayer funded money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy. I haven't seen enough from Elon. And for someone who watched a lot of his stuff, like even his yearly meetings that he has when he announces a new vehicle, or when he's talking to investors, I don't see, the guy just doesn't seem to me like the kind of guy that's out there like, like a George Soros type, that's behind the scenes, just funding all these different things. I mean, if Elon wanted power, he would be doing what Joe Soros does. He wouldn't be out there.
Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't be out there, going to the White House and looking at the books. He would be funding all of these other nefarious programs and private entities to push in his agenda. He would be out there buying DAs and governors. You know what I mean? That's what he would be doing. That's what Joe Soros does. He would be the same playbook. That's how you get power, right? That's how you get power. Not by just looking to see where our money's going. But
no, but I agree. Cash Out, I think you're onto something. It's not about the money.
Bro.
It's not about the wealth.
Cash Out. It was not a Nazi salute, bro. That was. Come on, bro. Okay, Cash Out's gonna have me going the whole time. We're gonna move on from this topic.
I know Cash Out, bro. You're gonna take us down, memory lane, bro.
The man literally announces what he's gonna do. My heart goes out to you guys, and he does this. It's like, bro, what more can you say? Like, he's literally telegraphing what he means. But anyways, we'll move on, bro.
Yeah, bro. Cash Out, bro. Thanks, brother. Thanks for participating, bro.
Anyhow, so let's move on. So we got the USAID, man.
Lee, bro. Lee. You know what, man? That rubs me the wrong way, bro. That rubs me the wrong way. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna trigger Cash Out again here, because go ahead and put this article up here that we're looking at. So let's see. So what do we uncover here? Talk to a friend who. Oh yes. So the Democratic Party guys, see, they're freaking out, right? And so what caught my attention about this article. Oh no, keep it.
Yeah. Right there.
What caught my attention here is that the person who wrote this article is talking about a friend, a connection within Democratic Party, that's telling him that there's a level of panic over Trump and Elon shutting down USAID, and it's unlike anything he's ever seen, guys. They're saying, quote, right? Quote, this again, this comes with Elon. This is why they hate Elon so much, Crash Out, because he is pulling the curtains back, man. And again, yes, nobody's perfect. People are human. Everybody's corruptible, right? So, but let's call it out when it's real, okay? We gotta throw flowers out there when you're doing a good job. And here we go. Direct quote. This is worse than 9/11 for the Democrats. That's what this person is saying, okay? This person within the Democratic Party that is, I guess, this insider who's talking about how they're freaking out, right? Because that is the primary vessel, right? USAID is the primary vessel they use to achieve their political agenda. It says USAID is and always has been their primary source of funding their influence peddling schemes and for their indirect sources of income, right?
Mhm.
So that means they're funneling money back into their pockets, right? Goes into all these different nonprofits,
Mhm.
right? Because USAID, it's all funding all different nonprofits, charitable organizations, right? And it's all a laundering scheme. I mean, we see it with the California fires.
Mhm.
The California fires, we find out that if you donate to the the LA fire department
Yep.
website, it takes you to
The Democrat Party.
it's what's it called? Fund Blue.
Yep.
It-
Clear.
What is it, Alfred?
I think it's Clear Blue.
Abe knows. Abe knows.
Is it Clear Blue?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Fund
like
Blue,
it's
okay.
like Fund Blue. It's a known Democratic PAC, right? So people think that they're funding. Oh yeah, this is great, guy. Let's go to the LA Fire Department, and let's go to the fire department website so that we can donate money to help the people from the fires in Malibu or in California, right? But when you go in there, it takes you right to that website, and so you're actually sending that money right into Governor Newsom's pocket. Do you have it up right there, Alfred? I mean, not Alfred.
Oh,
Abe?
he's looking for it.
That's fine.
Go click where it says donate and see where it goes. Right there. And it should take you out of another. There you go. Secure. Act Blue. Act Blue.
Act Blue. There
Act
we
Blue,
go.
there we go.
You want to show?
See, I knew
Are you showing that?
No. He can show it. Let's see.
Yeah.
So yeah, so once you go and you try to share, I believe once you go into try to donate to, the California Democrat, for example, it goes into the Act Blue, and this is the California Democrat Party.
Yeah.
And you hit on the donate portion, and then boom, it takes you. If you read it on the top, it'll tell you the Act Blue, that's the process, the processor. It's kind of like the payment processor, right? secureactblue.com. That's part of their processor.
Yeah.
That's where they get all the money, all the funds.
Right. So it's a scam, guys. The whole thing is a scam. So we're finding out here this is why, again, they have to demonize Elon and Doge, because can you go back to the
Oh yeah, Maria. Thank you so much, Maria. Maria said Maria
Act Blue,
Christina
yeah.
says Act Blue. That's right. It was Act Blue.
Yeah, we go back to that article. Got it up right there. No, that's the ones you opened up.
I think is the one that says, yep, that one.
Yep.
That one's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
make sure you add it. Yeah, close all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so this is why to them, guys, it's worse than 9/11, right? Because you're shutting down the funds.
There you go.
Okay, sorry. I keep getting distracted with all the clicking.
All the clickering. I know and Abe is doing a fantastic job, you guys. I mean, Abe is taking the role of helping me out because, man, I needed to sit in this chair, bro. And just shout out to Abe, man. He's doing a fantastic work right there.
Yeah, so what it says, another text, based on the reactions from within the party, it seems to me that dismantling USAID is Trump's biggest political victory to date. It was his enemy's golden goose, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And so this is how they probably funded a lot of the BLM stuff.
Yeah.
Antifa probably gets. Don't be surprised if Antifa gets funding from this. So if once cutting this off, guys, is going to be huge. We'll see how the upcoming months go, because theoretically you're cutting off all the funds, and now you're gonna, like we were talking earlier in the podcast, when we see these people protesting in the streets,
Mhm.
and just coincidentally, every major city in America happens to do it at the same time, same tactics, same strategy. This is all organized, guys. This is all funded organizations to go out and get people onto the streets, to create this environment, making it seem like there's this total outrage over this. And yes, people are legitimately not happy about it. But again, this is what America voted for. We weren't bamboozled into voting for Trump, not knowing that people were going to get deported.
No,
This is exactly what he promised.
No, this is exactly what he was doing when he was rallying, and he was making all the. Think about it. The man did approximately 260 rallies in the last 2 years before being inaugurated. Since 2020, he did approximately 200 rallies, and in rallies he laid out exactly what he was going to do. And see, that's the problem. that is the big problem for the Democrat Party. That is the big problem for the we call these the the elites, right? The swamp, right? Trump cannot be controlled, and that's a big problem.
Leave it on there, Abe.
Yep, that is a huge problem for the Democrat Party, that we have all these politicians that bend the knee, that bamboozle the American people, and unfortunately with Trump, that's not what's happening here. 13 days into it, with 300 more than approximately 300 executive orders, and still more to come. I mean, the glorious days, as he mentioned it, he is going to make America great again. Because now what we need to do, and again, this is a side note, this is just my throwing my 5 cents. I hope Trump and his team are listening to our podcast, right?
Yeah.
I hope that they can start implementing some of these executive orders into law, so we won't have any other president, Democrat, that could take on, or other rhinos
or rhino
Republicans can come back and change some of these executive orders. Let's make it a law. Let's go. Let's shoot for the stars. Let's make it. Let's secure the United States with all these executive orders into law.
Yep. So the article, if you scroll up a little bit, another important addition, he says, he said initial plans for the Democrats to have their people at USAID hide the partisan funding under unimpeachable initiatives. They will push back really hard on certain line items that are on their face look like reasonable USAID expenditures, and hide their political spending under these programs, right? So it goes on to talk about, she's at Elon, look at this whole thing needs to be thrown out to avoid this from happening, right? Because the Democrats are already contacting people within the USAID to tell them, hey guys, start going through, right? And going through all the line items and change it to unimpeachable initiatives, right? And change the way that the wording is, so it doesn't look like anything crazy, to hide these programs so that they can keep funding these programs, right? They're trying, it's crazy. So this is why USAID has to be totally just taken out, because you have too many people within the program. If you scroll up a little bit, Abe, I think it talks about, I'm sorry, the opposite. Yeah. Keep going. See, it says, if Trump and Elon want this to stick, they need to completely shut down the USAID or fire the entire staff. The party has instructed their allies to not make waves and blend in, right? So be cool, guys. Lay low, right? USAID is 99% Democrats. They will not be able to save it without risking eternal sabotage, right? So when you got that many people within a department that are Democrats, it's not salvageable, guys. You're good. You only need a handful to do the sabotage, which is what they did the first term.
Exactly.
Right? So it has to be closed down. I mean, I think they already announced it's getting shut down.
Yep, it's coming under the Secretary of State. I believe.
That's under Marco Rubio, right? So it goes to our point, right? Where we're talking to Cash, is we see an example here. Elon Musk called it out, Doge,
right?
He calls it out.
100%.
He identified the person that has the authority to actually give the order to shut it down is Marco Rubio.
100%.
And that's what he did, right? Marco Rubio doesn't have to listen to Elon.
He doesn't. No. But he does have to listen to the president.
Right.
And I think that's when when you have these internal when we have these contractors, so-called contractors, think about it. These are things Trump has made it clear, man, that Elon Musk understands business. He understands. Think about it. The man took on Twitter and he pretty much fired 70% of the fat of Twitter. And look, now X is still profitable. Think about it. So the man understands about business. So when Cash Out is saying this, like, oh, I'm a power, I get it. I completely agree. What kind of power can he get that already Trump doesn't have? So, if you have somebody like Donald Trump on his toes, on his heels, and he's made it clear, Cash Out, he's made it clear that he is not going to allow, Elon Musk to benefit from any of the dealings or anything that he's doing with some of the stuff that he has him doing.
Yeah. But
he's only going to guide him, lead him. He's got a specific ordinance to do certain things. So,
yeah, well, it's those are just words, but we'll find out, Cash Out.
Of course.
We'll find out. We got 4 years to figure out. As soon as as soon as Elon does something shady where he's trying to cut something
We'll see.
or advise on something, we'll
report it from here.
Yeah, we'll report it.
We call it out from here.
Which reminds us that, again.
Yep.
I'm just gonna, take this opportunity that this is our last time streaming on the Lexit platform. So you guys have our addresses there. Be sure to go subscribe to our channel, and then we'll be going live there starting next week.
Yep, next Tuesday.
I won't be here, but Alfred.
Yep, I will be here, and for the most part, everyone, please remember, we want to thank publicly. Want to thank all of you that are tagging in right now, that are joining this. We are going to be moving into our own home, and I think that's one of the things that we talked about, right?
Yeah.
As much as we love Lexit, we enjoy being here with the team, but now it's our own channels, our own place, and we're so thankful, man. We want to publicly thank Lexit for all these 9 months that they've allowed us to come in here and just talk to you guys and build and really build relationships with some of you. So please go ahead and visit to any of these two channels, Rumble, Unrestrained Podcast, or YouTube, Unrestrained Podcast. We are going to go live starting next week. So please, if you take this time, go out there, go to the, put a little, you can still minimize the window. Go visit our social media platforms and go ahead and join us there, because next week we're going to be, starting off over there. All right.
Yeah. So moving on here, looks like our next topic here is these buyouts, guys. The buyouts are working.
Man.
So we got.
Man, this is another one here. Now, if I ask Isaac, if I ask you a question, man,
Mm-hmm.
is this draining the swamp or what? I mean, personally, because a lot of people, when I'm saying that, when I'm saying, is Trump draining the swamp, I'm just saying like he's cleaning the house, because there's just a lot of people that are against his agenda and they're against him. Why not just take the buyout?
Well,
why
what's if you guys, I don't know if any of you guys went through listened to any of the Kash Patel hearings, right?
Yeah.
So Kash Patel during the hearings, they were talking about, how I hate when they refer to these people as public servants as if they don't get paid, right? They get paid, guys. Okay. They're not like serving us for free, they get paid, and they get paid more than most of us, right? They pay the taxes. So, so they call them public servants, and in the hearings, they kept, giving their sob stories about, the great men and women of the FBI. They just love America so much. They love America so much that they work hard every day, and they're honorable stand-up people, guys. They would practically do the job for free, right? I mean, they're just honorable, and they just love what they do. But isn't it interesting, right? They get offered a golden handshake, and now you have 520,000. Can you make it bigger? I'm sorry. Is it 500? No, 20,000 federal workers have already accepted the buyout offer, right? Isn't that interesting, right? These patriotic, America-loving people that just want to protect us, right? Get offered the golden handshake, and the 20,000 of them are like, "I'll take the deal." Now, I don't blame them. They should. Okay, they should take the deal. If you are one of these people that work for the federal government and you were offered this, dude, I highly suggest you take it. I highly suggest you take it, because it's just a matter of time before you get tossed out and you're going to walk away with nothing. Okay. And it's interesting because, all this is going to be challenged in court, which is whatever. I'm glad, because let's just make sure that after we win those cases, it's going to be now clear that the president has the authority to do this. How can you, like, so we're seeing right now that we have all of these agencies, like the USAID. If you guys go back, I should have brought that, but Marco Rubio was talking about the USAID basically claims that they answer to nobody, that they don't answer to the State Department, they don't answer to congressmen, they don't answer to the U.S. federal government. Apparently, according to them, they just answer to the world. Like, even though they're funded by American dollars, right? Which is why these people are now being shut down. And guess what? Now they don't answer to anybody because they don't have a job. But this is the kind of mentality these federal workers have.
Mhm.
And the media is trying to gaslight the American people to help make us believe that the president, who is the chief executive, right,
Mhm.
has no authority to fire the federal employees. Like he is the CEO of the
CEO.
company, if you
Yep.
will. How can you not fire? If he does not have that authority, then what is the point of electing presidents? That means our vote means nothing, right?
Oh man, and right now that you're talking about that, man, I would love to have Andy Falco and his wife, because they were actually they were federal employees. So
Yeah, we'll have them back. We'll
we'll
talk
have
to 'em.
yeah, dude, to be able to share with us a little bit of what they see, because they have the other side of the spectrum. They understand.
Well,
Right.
if you remember, Alfred, Andy's wife, what's her name again?
As a head.
Headed, yeah. So for those of you guys, you go to the podcast. She was, worked for the FBI. Was it FBI?
Yep, FBI. She was
Okay, she was
under
part
the Obama era.
under Obama. She was part of the counter-terrorist task force. She was here on the channel twice, and when I suggested to her that Trump would fire, she laughed at me. She was
Yeah,
just
I
like, "That's not
remember,
how
yeah.
it works. That's not how it
Yep.
works." And I'm like, how can it not work? That I don't understand. Like, I don't care. I don't care that they have all of these protections under their any law that any Congress would have passed.
Mhm.
I don't think that supersedes the power of the executive. To me, those laws are not enforceable.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, imagine Congress can say that. I mean, I guess if Congress were to pass a law that says that your employer cannot fire you, like, how can that stand up in court? You guys really believe that the government has the power to tell a private company who they can and cannot fire? That's essentially what's happened in our federal government, right?
Right.
Um, so I'm glad that Trump's just making this happen, because all that's going to happen, it's going to go to the Supreme Court, right? And I'm pretty confident if the Supreme Court rules that the president does not have the authority to fire people, that means, guys, that we are ruled, that we no longer have a republic or a democracy, that we are ruled by a deep state monarchy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That we
Yep.
have a deep state monarchy. That means that that these agencies
Mhm.
are rulers. That's what that means. That means that our vote does not matter, because the person that we're putting in office as the president to push the agenda that we are directing him to do, in
Right.
this case, close the border, right? Get rid of
Mhm.
corruption, reduce the size of government, right? Those are the things. End wars, right? Those are the things that we mandated Trump to do. This is what we said. Yeah, we're down with this. You need to go in there and do these things that you're telling us you're going to do.
Exactly.
We agree. Go in there, make it happen, right? So if the Supreme Court were to say, yeah, but he does not have the authority to fire the people that actually carry these things out, then that means we're powerless,
Mhm.
right?
I mean, why do we vote for somebody that has no power?
They have
Or
no
to-
power.
That has no power to do, what he's what he's called to do under the Constitution. He is the executive branch. He's the CEO of this nation, of this corporation, as we call it.
Right.
So he has the authority to fire anybody under, a government employee, because at the end of the day, guess what? He's in charge of the government.
Yes. Understand what this means, okay? This means we just turn the tables, right? This means that if let's just say America decided, hey guys, we really are racist, and we want to vote for a president that is going to enslave black people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're going to enslave black people. Well, let me change that. Let's just say, actually, that's not the example. Delete, start over. My analogy is going to be as follows: that we know we don't want racism in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
We like what we have now, but all of a sudden the FBI goes crazy, and they decide that, guess what? We hate black people. We hate black people, and we hate Mexicans. So we're just going to start imprisoning black people, and we're going to implement Jim Crow laws again, right? But the president and is like, no, FBI, you cannot do that. Okay, no, that is wrong. There is no law. The Congress didn't pass a law. They did not implement Jim Crow laws. But the FBI decided that, you know what? Nah,
do it.
no, because guess what? I don't answer to the executive, the president. That's basically that's essentially what's going on, guys. That's what the media is leading us to believe, that the president cannot fire FBI agents. Right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They can't do these things.
Yeah.
Right? How about if we found out that I don't know, that these NGOs were funding the KKK, right? They're funding the KKK, guys. Right? Would that change the way this was reported?
Or pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, Alfred, I'm sure that's coming.
No, right? Yeah.
I'm sure that's coming. That wasn't a good example, Alfred, because I'm sure that's really happening. Okay. If it was pedophiles, the media is going to be pissed.
Right.
They're going to be pissed that we're cutting the funding to the pedophiles.
Right. Well,
they're not going to be happy about that.
Well, right now everybody's upset. Like I said, you know what? You're hitting it in the nail, and I think that's one of the things that we knew it was coming. So listen, for some of you in there that you guys are paying attention to this podcast, are you listening to us? This is something that Trump had already initially had told everybody that's what's going to happen. He knew he was going to have all these people that are going to rise up. That are, you were going to see the faces of of the people out there supposedly that are patriotic, right? That are working for the federal government, right? That were in support. They're 100% support Trump. No, you're starting to see exactly. Why do you think you saw all the Democrats trying to get into the USAID building? Why did you see them? Because they were initially trying to do that. They were on the rally saying, we're going to go in there and we're going to talk to all these people. And what happened? They said, nope, you cannot come in here. I am the acting director. I'm going to have to go make sure that, hey, I'm going to make sure that, that nobody's allowed in there. So you saw the USAID pretty much a director saying, hey, you can't come in here. You cannot come in here. So, I don't know what,
Sorry, guys. So sorry. Abe, go ahead and turn me on. USAID. There's another one I sent to Alfred. You're dropping the ball.
No. Abe, go ahead and go
to the Google. There's check this out, guys. To make the point,
no.
USAID. Go to the one that says USAID funding terrorism.
Wait, hold on. Abe, go ahead. You're under another email. Go ahead and click. Yep. Now change it to Alfred right there, brother.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, brother. That's what I was trying to tell you, but I didn't want to, shout it out to our folks out on YouTube and say, what are you guys talking about? No. Just go into my, there you go. Just for Isaac, you're going to see it right there. And then boom, you'll be able to see some of the stuff. So funding, there's the one for the restaurant. I don't know if you see it.
So go to that one that says funding terrorism. Yep. Open that up. So check this out, guys. We're giving these analogies that are radical, but we don't even need to pretend and come up with theoretical crazy things that we're spending money on. We really are in real life doing it, right? So check this out, right? Are you showing that one already?
Yep.
So it says now it makes sense why Ilhan Omar, who's been going crazy, if you guys notice, is so upset that Trump is pausing U.S. aid funds, right? The country she's representing in Congress received $2 billion from U.S. $2 million since 2022 from us, right? Together with Qatar, USAID is number one source of terror in the Middle East and Sahara. The recent shipment is arrived in Syria, Tartus Harbor. They will convert and modify those Toyota trucks for the next planned war in the Middle East with the help of USAID, right? So if you scroll up, so guys, we know these terrorists love Toyotas, right? Like when you watch those, I don't know if you guys sit around on YouTube. I don't know. I do that sometimes. And I watch those helmet cam footages of soldiers that are out there. And you see these, you see videos where the terrorists driving around in trucks.
Modified.
So here you go, guys. All those Toyota trucks on that ship, right? We paid for those, and they arrived in the Middle East. And guess what? They're gonna hook those things up real nice, like you see on the picture where they put the guns in the back. Excuse me, and they use them to get around, right? So again, this is why they hate what's going on with Elon digging into the books, right? We don't need to pretend like this is weird. And we know this is true. I mean, if any of you guys watch, any of you guys watch Sean Ryan, right, on the Sean Ryan podcast,
right?
I mean, he's had people come on his show who work in intelligence, telling us, and even some of our allies that are still in Afghanistan, reporting that we are still funding Al Qaeda. And here we go. This backs it up, right? It's crazy, guys. And so again, I go back to the analogy, replace Toyota trucks going to Al Qaeda, and imagine if this was going to some white militia group, right? If it was going to some white militia group, we would have a problem with that, right? Would the media have a problem with that? Would we still be making the same arguments that Elon should not be looking into the books and finding out that we're funding white militia groups? Like, let's just be fair about it. It's just crazy.
It's wild. And the thing about this is, like, that's why you're seeing this, and you're seeing a lot of people, not only the Democrats, right? You're seeing everybody that is being affected, because guess what? For so many years, or for at least, apparent, for a good time, the federal government was using this, like you mentioned, it was using this department as funding all kinds of other things. For example, promoting, gender festivals and doing things out of the norm in different countries. I mean, these were all things that USAID was funding. And I think that's why people are upset that Elon Musk is just saying, like, hey, look, is it true that, are you guys okay with this? Right. Yeah. And he's exposing these things on Doge on X. He's putting all that stuff out there so you can see it, right? Yeah. So I mean, the exposing of this is pretty, for some people are far-fetched, because for many years we've been living underneath a rock. Like the federal government just had us underneath a rock, and that's why now it makes sense that for 4 years, President Biden, whenever something came up, he did not want, he didn't want the media to talk about it. Certain things he did not want to talk about, because this is what was happening.
Well, it's not like it's only Sleepy Joe. This has been going on for decades.
No, 100%.
This has been going on for decades.
100%.
And this is the first time that somebody's actually opened up the books, guys. And all the things that we've always heard about, it's now coming to light, right? Yeah, guys. So it's crazy, but the next, what is it? Brian Driscoll, right? Is that his name? Brian Driscoll, who's the acting FBI director right now. Again, guys, these deep state actors. Yeah, you go ahead and remove it, but yeah, open up the other tab. So is that it right there? Yep. Acting Deputy Attorney General. No, that's the Attorney General.
Mr.
Go to the top. Yeah, go to the top. Go to the top. Okay.
All the way right.
Yeah.
There.
So Driscoll refuses order to list FBI employees involved in January 6 cases amid ousters of agency leaders. Right. So he was asked. Scroll down to the bottom. So he is the acting. So we're waiting on Cash to get confirmed, guys. Hopefully this week, man. So keep that in prayer. So it says acting FBI Director Brian Driscoll is on shaky ground with Department of Justice leaders for refusing to deliver the names of Bureau employees involved in January 6 cases and other Trump investigators. Again, guys, this was not a secret. All of us who voted for Trump, this is exactly what we voted for, right? We weren't bamboozled, okay? This is what we voted for. So we have this guy, Brian Driscoll, trying to subvert the will of the people, okay? President Trump tapped Mr. Driscoll, an FBI veteran, to lead the Bureau temporarily while his nominee for director, Kash Patel, goes through the Senate confirmation process. But questions remain over whether Mr. Driscoll can stay in the job before Mr. Patel is confirmed and sworn in. I mean, so hopefully Kash will be in there by next week.
We need him. Yeah. We need him desperately, because even if Trump, taps on somebody, look at how deep, the swamp is. I mean, he taps somebody, and he's pretty much, he's gonna run into a wall, as
Yep.
he's doing right now. Look, perfect example. You have these people that have the power, right? Hey, cash out. These are the people, the ones that we should be talking about. These are the people that are out to get power. You see, he was tapped in, given an opportunity. I would be like, yes, sir. What do you need me to do? You know what I mean? My Justice Department is going to ask you for certain things. Deliver, yes, sir, right away. Right? What does he do? He backspaddles.
Well, I wouldn't say Brian Driscoll's out to get power. I think so. I don't wonder why he's not. Is he a deep state actor? Is he being threatened?
I mean,
is his family being threatened? Like, hey, yo, if you put this out, I don't know. We could speculate all day long. I mean, I don't see how this. The ones who want to get power are the people that are probably pressuring him not to put the list out there. Well, they're trying to preserve their power. They're trying to protect their power.
100%. But it's clear that he's got the DOJ. The DOJ, pretty much the DOJ. I mean, what is it? The Justice Department leadership,
Attorney General,
which is the leadership.
I'm sorry, the Department of Justice. Yes.
Yeah, the leadership. The leadership is asking you to do something. You're an acting FBI director at the moment. This is your temporary job.
Yep.
You're being given instructions to provide certain things. Yes, sir. I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah. One thing we are learning though is that Emily Bove is legit.
Yeah.
Right. Because she's the acting deputy attorney general. Emily Bove on Friday ordered Mr. Driscoll to compile a list of current and former FBI employees assigned at any time to the investigation of January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol for review. Right. So for review, they want to review it to determine whether any additional personnel actions are necessary. Right. So again, what I'm learning here is this Emily Bove, she's legit. She's doing her job. She's not defying the will of the people. She's calling out this dude. Let's scroll up a little bit. Let's see. What does she say? These lists should include relevant supervisors, personnel, and FBI regional offices and field divisions, as well as the FBI headquarters. Read the memo instructed by the acting director. So she's out there doing her job. We understand that this request encompasses thousands of employees across the country who have just supported these investigation efforts. Mr. Driscoll wrote in his response, I am one of those employees.
Whoa.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So why would see what I'm talking about? He is
Wait, hold on. Is he saying, let's make sure we're not
reading this.
Yeah, that we're reading this correctly.
So it says, we understand.
Can we scroll up to a little bit so we can see the paragraph before? Because we started reading. It says, acting deputy attorney Emily Bo, Friday, so on and so forth. Anytime the investigation of January 6th riot, U.S. Capitol. And then he's quoted saying, these lists should include relevant supervisors, personnel in the FBI regional offices and field divisions, as well as the FBI headquarters. I read the memo instructed by the acting director, and it says, we understand that this request encompasses thousands of employees across the country who have supported these investigative efforts. But is he referring to, I think he's referring to the investigative efforts that are currently taking place, not investigating J6. He's referring to the investigative efforts that they're carrying out right now to find out, get a list of these FBI so they can review, right, the actions that took place and see if there's any further action that needs to be carried out. So, yeah, so we found out here, and if Pan Bondi turns out to be a rhino, then looks like we got a backup here. Let's keep her on the good list. This
Emily Bove.
Emily it's Emil Bove. Emil Bove.
All
right, guys, she's on the good list, guys. So good job on that pick on getting her. Trump's doing a much better job this time around on the people that he's putting in certain positions. Although we got a little bit of a fail here with this acting FBI director.
Well, of course, and the thing, I mean, could he be perfect? Of course not. I think for the most part, we all knew. I'm really liking the way right now it's turning out with Trump, because at the end of the day, he's betting these people on his own. I mean, think about it. Back then, he was relying heavily on Capitol Hill, on DC, to really tell him, who was his picks, they pretty much put out the people that backstab him. You know what I mean? Like that just, did all kinds of, remember, he was the one who put, Christopher Wray. He put Christopher Wray. And look at Christopher Wray was the one who actually approved the investigation of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This time he's being smart about it. And kudos to him for really taking in consideration people outside of the DC swamp, or even that, people outside of the political realm, like Pete and and Tulsi. I mean, think about it, man. The things that going on with RFK, bro, and Tulsi Gabbard is just amazing. Like their own people, like like she's seen her own people are going after her, and it's like, wow. Well, awakening for many Democrats, I believe.
Hey, Google this real quick, because Google. On my way over here, I was hearing that what's Trump talking about? Trump, Google, Trump. Let's put it. Let's try it. Trump buying Gaza.
Oh man, I mean,
Yeah,
are you
Gaza.
sure it's not
Just
it's not Greenland?
No.
Okay, Trump won't.
No, let's see. Trump says U.S. will take over Gaza. Let's check out that
3 hours.
that Trump proposes U.S. takeover of Gaza. So let's open this, guys. I heard about this on my way over here, and so we're gonna go bad Trump now, because Trump, we gotta make sure that we keep him in line, guys. So what's this article? What's this Time?
Yep.
Trump proposes U.S. takeover of Gaza, level it and build resorts. So let's scroll.
Is he gonna pay for it, or who's paying for it? I don't.
So because he had well, there's no details. There was a press conference with him and BB, and
Right.
I don't think BB even. It didn't seem to be like. Excuse me. It seemed to me like Trump just pulled this out of his butt and mentioned it on the press conference, and I think he blindsided BB Netanyahu with this. But it says the president proposed Tuesday that the U.S. should own the Gaza Strip, level the site, and develop it, explicitly calling for displacing 2 million Palestinians from their homeland, and the region leaders struggle to maintain a fragile ceasefire. No, Trump, stupid idea. The fact that it even crossed his mind is just straight stupidity, guys. I am 100% against this. And the problem with Trump is that sometimes he says things
right.
Like I forgot what the term is.
The spur of the moment.
No,
he's just
that's not what he'll use the wrong word. Like
right.
He'll buy Gaza. Like he might mean we
rebuild it. Restructure it.
Rebuild it. I don't know. I don't want no part of it. It's none of our business. This is none of our business. I don't want to build not one resort.
And I think
who's going to build the resort there?
Exactly.
Trump. What are you talking about? U.S. owning. Now it could be, because this is what happens too. Trump says things and he doesn't. He might mean U.S. as in people from the U.S. being able to invest private money and develop it.
Developers, right?
Right. And but the way exactly. But if you take him for exactly how he said it,
yeah.
Okay, he's suggesting that the U.S. own it. I mean, in other words, the government, and building resorts there, which implies taxpayer money going into building property in Gaza. No, I want no part of it. Okay, but I won't be surprised of really what he means is that maybe opening it up for private investment into Gaza.
Gotcha.
Okay,
which makes sense. The reality is, what makes sense is this: the whole notion of. I mean, think about it. That war is evil. I mean, I always been saying this, that war, it leads to nothing. I mean, right now, what is Israel has done with Gaza, man? I mean, it's a destruction. It's an area that has been demolished. I mean, think about it. We had tunnels that were pretty much engulfed with water, salt water. I mean, the thing that's happening with Gaza is just it's horrible. But it's the act of war. But I agree with you. I don't agree with buying out or getting involved with anything that has to do in the Middle East. I think we should only just bring in peace. Have these guys look at it. I mean, at the end of the day, think about it. I mean, this war between them has been a long time, man. It's been a long time. And so yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't.
Hey, can you put the article? Let's see if there's more info in there. Let's see. Let's just look at this. It says let's scroll down. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I will agree with Democrats. Crazy, morally bankrupt. Democrats largely balk at suggesting labeling it crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can agree with crazy. Morally bankrupt? How in the heck is that morally bankrupt? That makes no sense. Progressive Rep Rashid Tlaib, of course, who is Palestinian American, accused Trump of openly calling for ethnic cleansing. Okay. How is that ethnic cleansing? Anyhow, but no, I just wanted to see if Trump clarified anything. But I think that, again, I don't want not 1 cent of taxpayer dollars going to anything to do with Gaza. We're not owning any of it. I don't want troops there. I don't want any American there unless they're there voluntarily. If they want to work some deal out where American investments can go in there and they can build resorts, that's fine. That's all good. But no, Trump. If you're talking about us rebuilding Gaza, hell no. We didn't blow it up.
I think if you
So we don't need to be fixing anything.
In the time, I think there was a portion when he talked about that it was a real estate pitch, right? I think there was more for a real estate pitch to developers to be able to, hey, listen, it's already in shambles. It's already, pretty much gone. It would be a good opportunity to invest and bring, these investors, developers who want to make it beautiful, make Gaza beautiful. And I think what he meant to say is that portion. I think that the time was after reading the end of the paragraph was clarifying and saying, this is a developer's pitch, and that's what Trump does. He's just saying, hey, listen, it's in shambles. Why don't we just have developers come in here and invest money into Gaza and make it beautiful?
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that frustrates me about Trump, though, because these are unforced errors. Put your footing, bro. Why can't you just speak normal? If that's assuming that that's what he means, what you just said, why can't you just say, be a normal person and be very clear and say, hey, guys, wouldn't it be great if we just open this up for foreign investment?
Gotcha.
Right. Instead, 100%. He's talking about the U.S. having some sort of, again, he's also talking about owning parts of TikTok, the stupidest idea. Right. Why would the heck would we want to have the federal government having any stake ownership on a private company? All you're going to do is give that. You're basically going to end up handing that tool over to the federal government, which means politicians that can be weaponized, just like we've been dealing with the last 8-10 years.
100%.
Okay, so not a good idea. Totally against it. That's all I got to say about that.
100%. No, I agree. I think for the most part, man, Trump uses words, and I think, like you said, sometimes he overextends, certain things, and I think that's one of the things that he's working on, right?
Well, I don't think he's working on it because he had 8 years to do it, but it is. We'll just have to deal with it. But all right, man. So that's all I really had on let's see what's on the chats. Is that the only chat we got right now? Okay. So it looks like the chat started to quiet down, but because I think Crash Out got everybody pissed off.
Shout out to Crash Out, man. Joe 62, man. Thank you guys for being involved, getting engaged. Hey, remember, just want to remind you guys that starting next Tuesday, we're gonna be over at our channel. Okay, so go ahead and visit the channel right now because tonight will be our last night. Our last night here at the Lexit Movement platforms, and so we're gonna take off on the other channel. So if you come in here at this time, you're not gonna find us. Okay, so I want to make sure that you do it now. Go ahead and visit some of our channels right there. Rumble. Right now, I preferably if you go to YouTube, Unrestrained Podcast. Also, there's a couple of there's another Abe. If you go to the bottom of the top of that No, at the top. There's another video. No. Right down. Nope. Up. Okay. No, right there where it says background video, number 5. No. Yeah. Yes, number 5. Let me see. Okay, that's nothing, huh? Okay. When we do, go ahead and show that one.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, when we go on the outro, you guys are gonna see all of our social media platforms. We are actually on X, we are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are on the other major platforms, like for example, TikTok. Find us on TikTok. You'll be able to find us on all the platforms under Unrestrained Podcast. So for some of you that are coming here and you're like, man, I love this, I love the content. Well, follow us. And also we, and join us at another channel, because next week, I'm not sure if Lex is going to be streaming here at this platform, but I'm hoping they do, right? But you can find us over there at the other channel. All right.
Yeah, we have an X. What's the
We
X
do.
account?
The X account is the Unrestrained Podcast.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's the unrestrained.
No, Unrestrained Podcast.
Or just unrestrained.
Unrestrained Podcast.
Unrestrained Podcast on X.
Yep.
Okay. Unrestrained Podcast on X on X.
On X.
And then we got Unrestrained Podcast on Rumble.
On Rumble.
Unrestrained Podcast on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Which I'm on YouTube right now, guys. And we are at 95 subscribers.
Nobody's all right. Hey, listen. So when you guys come next week, right? And you guys don't go to the YouTube Unrestrained Podcast. If you guys come here, you guys are not gonna find us here. So please make sure that you go into the Unrestrained Podcast YouTube and go ahead and
subscribe and hit the notification.
Correct.
That way when we go live,
you'll get notified.
You'll get notified.
And you can also go to the other ones. Also, the only thing is that we'll be streaming primarily off of Rumble and YouTube, and then working our way into TikTok, I believe. So we're gonna try out TikTok next week. So it'll be Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok, and X. So go ahead and find us at those locations. But again, I just want to emphasize: if you come here, you show up here at 7 p.m. trying to find the Unrestrained Podcast here, the streaming through Lexit. We are not going to be here. We're going to be at that location there. So go ahead and find us and really subscribe us and turn on the notification bell so you guys can get notified. And we're going to just let you know, like, man, we love having these conversations with you guys. And so we're just taking the same environment out to our own channel. All right.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up today's podcast. I won't be here next week, but I'll be here the following week. So we'll go live then. Yeah, guys, keep these hopefully ICE will start doing the job, guys. I'm hoping they go and start knocking on some doors and arresting some of those people that were or deporting some of those people that were out there burning the American flag. I think once that happens, I don't think we'll be seeing them on the streets very much. But all right, guys, thanks for joining us. Deuces, peace.
Thank you. Take care.